Greetings, everyone. This is President Dr. Abel Antonio Chavez, your president at Our Lady of the Lake University. Today, we are here at Chat with Chavez, and my guest today is Rebecca Donato, who has agreed to join me at Chat with Chavez today. Rebecca is a psychology major at Our Lady of the Lake University, graduating in a couple weeks, May of 2023. Rebecca also will be having a minor in child studies with concentration in pre-counseling. Rebecca, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. How's your semester going?
It's been going good.
Yeah, have you been keeping busy?
Yes, very busy.
So, right before we came on camera, we were talking about coffee.
Yes.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Yes. Not that frequently, but I drink matcha mostly. But
Matcha. Okay.
yes.
And so how do you prepare your matcha?
I just get it from Starbucks
Okay.
with soy milk.
Yeah, my daughter is a matcha, green matcha latte.
Yes.
Is what she has often. I think so. A little bit of milk, and then the matcha. I think matcha powder or tea
Yes.
bags powder, right?
I think it's powder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so she reminds me that perhaps I should be drinking more tea than coffee. Don't know.
Maybe
But
so.
yeah. So tell me about yourself. Where are you from? And also about your studies.
Well, I grew up here in San Antonio, the west side of San Antonio. I'm now living in the west. I'm at the south side of San Antonio. I chose to study psychology because I grew up with a family who struggled from mental illness, and myself too with ADD. So I wanted to dedicate my future to helping those who suffer from mental illness and family violence as well. So that's what I chose to pursue to study here at OLU.
Okay. And what's your big takeaway? What's the one subject that you've enjoyed the most during your time at OLU?
Probably counseling. I enjoy that subject because you get to know how people are feeling and experiencing things, how to help them, what's going on in their mind when they're explaining to you their problems and their difficulties, and how to properly approach that situation.
And so I also understand that you're a McNair scholar.
Yes.
And the research as a McNair, your research is titled, quote, "Positive Parenting to Prevent Adverse of Spanking in Hispanic Families." Tell me about your research.
So that research is dedicated to my childhood of experiencing physical abuse. So I learned how it affected me, my mental health, my emotional well-being growing up. So I did that research to dedicate that to people who are suffering from that, which is primarily Hispanics and low-income communities with low education as well. So I want to share that with my family and my community to foster a better future for our children and families.
Have you identified a research question in your research, or a series of research questions? And if so, what has that research question been?
My research question was, what serves as a buffer to prevent physical abuse in Hispanic families?
Okay. What did you learn?
I learned that positive parenting and parental empathy, parental warmth, education, and what else? Just a parental attention and a positive parent-child dynamic that's communicative and resourceful for both the parent and the child, is what I've learned from to prevent physical abuse.
Yeah.
Just at the individual level.
Wow. And that is so wonderful. I'm a parent of two, a boy and a girl, 21-year-old and a 15-year-old. Parenting is hard.
Yes.
I myself, as a parent, would love to read your research just to make me a better dad. If you don't mind.
Oh, that means a lot.
No, thank you, and I mean it too. Thank you for your work. So you're also an ambassador at Our Lady of the Lake, and and overall, just a student leader, what are the various activities? So one example, you're the president of our International Honor Society, or the International Honor Society in psychology.
Yes.
Tell me about your work there.
I'm very passionate about psychi. I started off as a member, and then I nominated myself for SGA rep, and then vice president, and then president. I wanted to work my way up to represent psychi. I've always been passionate about it because I started off as a psychology student, so why not, aim for that psychology honor society? And in there, I've done a lot. I've helped other officers within the organization, collaborated with other organizations, and just overall like achieving the recognition of psychi because they were considered inactive. And I wanted to bring it back to life and involve other students with just networking and connectivity amongst other students. So I feel like I've achieved that in a way, but of course it wasn't me by myself. We all did it together as officers. And last semester was my first semester as president, and this will be my final semester.
Congratulations!
Yes, thank you.
On serving in the presidency.
Thank you.
So what is Rebecca Donato doing in 5 years, in 10 years from now?
I'm happy where I'm at. First off, I also see myself in a PhD program in clinical psychology.
Wonderful.
I hope to start planning in a clinical establishment as a clinical psychologist, working alongside counselors, therapists, and maybe other psychologists to help, in the community, give back to the community, mental health resources, and also utilize my education to continue my research in family violence and child abuse prevention. I also see myself hopefully opening an art studio for emerging artists.
Wow.
To give them that belief and that seed of hope that they need to, keep going in art, because art is considered it's not a profession because you don't really get paid for it, but that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Those are my dreams.
Perfect. Wow, that's amazing, and I have no doubt that you're going to achieve your dreams. Rebecca, as a psychology major, what would you tell a prospective student, let's say a high school student who is wanting to pursue a psychology degree? What would your advice be to that student?
Well, I would just be proud of them for even choosing to pursue education, because you can do anything else, and I'd say make sure it's something that you want to do, that you love. There are plenty of opportunities in psychology, such as research, therapy, counseling. There's a lot of open doors in psychology, and you can go far, such as a PhD or a PsyD. So I would encourage them to pursue that if that's their passion and something that they love, that they see themselves doing, and don't limit yourself to just psychology. There are plenty of other avenues. My other avenue is art and research. So I would encourage that to the student.
And for any student, let's say the same high school student who is considering a college or a university, let's say Our Lady of the Lake University, what would your advice be to that student?
So if they're considering Olu, Olu is a beautiful place. It's very community-based and very homey feeling type. And I think that anyone who comes to Olu would thrive because of that individual experience, that one-on-one connection with your professors, with program directors and such. And I think any student that comes here will start off with nothing and come out with something. That's what I've seen in myself in my journey here at Olu. I never thought I was capable of half of the things that I'm doing today, and I have God to give that glory to, and Olu as well.
What would your advice be for any student who is about to enter our campus and start here at Our Lady of the Lake University? What would your advice be for those students on day one? Day one on this campus, what should they do?
Let's see. Make sure they want to come here. It has to be like a motivated decision. Do you really see yourself here? I felt that way when I first walked on campus. I mean, obviously take care of those things, make sure you apply for scholarships and no loans. Start reaching out. Honestly, I would put the McNair Scholars Program like in their minds like as soon as I could, because it is the best investment that I've made in myself, and I would highly encourage that for any other student. Yes, it is a lot of hard work, but it is worth it because you'll see yourself earning a PhD with that research experience. Also look into any clubs or organizations that fit your interests, like for mine would be psychiatry or psychology, and just see what's available and what's out there. There's a lot of opportunities here.
Yeah. I appreciate all the advice that you just gave. Very, very wise advice. Thank you for that. And you have certainly found your community as a McNair Scholar, as a researcher, as a student leader. You are on a very productive path, and I cannot wait to see what work you're able to do, and the service that you will provide to your communities in 5, 10 years, in a year from now. Another question for you. Last question. If you had one email to send, right? It was one email that everybody would read, and it was the last email that would be sent ever, but you know that everybody would read that email. What would that subject line be?
Be kind to others and put yourself first.
Thank you for that, and thank you for your time, Rebecca.
Thank you.
You are such a value to our university. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for all the work that you do. Thank you for allowing me to have this conversation with you. And folks, Rebecca gets to nominate the next person that I'll be interviewing in Chat with Chavez. Want to thank all of you. Want to thank Rebecca. Folks, Our Lady of the Lake University, amazing campus university. Check us out, Ollusa, OLLUSA.edu. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We're
almost there to commencement.
Oh yes.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much.